In this video, we're going to take a look at two variables, x and y, and the fact that they vary directly, and we're going to solve for y given a specific x. So we know y and x vary directly, and we know that when y is 2, x is 4. So the fact that they vary directly allows me to write the equation y equals kx. Now it's important for me to remember that y equals kx is just about the same thing as y equals mx plus b. The only thing that I need to remember is that varies directly tells me that there's a plus 0 at the end of that linear equation, and since we're dealing with direct variation, we replace our m with a k value. So I need to come up with the value of my k and plug that into my equation. Well, we know that k is just equal to y over x, almost like my slope equation. So k is actually equal to 2 divided by 4, so in this case it's 1/2. That being said, I can write the equation y equals 1/2 x, and there's my direct variation equation. Now, if I want to find y when x is 7, I can just plug in 7 for x and solve for y. 1/2 of 7 is 3.5. So the answer to that second question is just y equals 3.5. Now let's try the same problem, but this time we're going to solve it without writing the direct variation equation. So we're going to solve it using a proportion, and all we're going to do is compare y over x to y over x. So I'm going to take the left hand side and have 2 over 4 equals y over 7. So in order to solve this problem, I'm going to cross multiply. So 2 times 7 is 14, and 4 times y is 4y. Now I'm going to take that, and I'm going to divide both sides by 4. So 14 over 4 is y. 14 over 4 is the same thing as 7 over 2, which is in fact the same thing as 3.5. So this is just another way to come up with the value of y, and using this method I don't have to actually write the direct variation equation. So let's try that problem again. We're going to do it two ways. The first time we're going to find the problem, we're going to find the answer to the problem by first writing down my direct variation equation. So we want to come up with our y equals kx equation. So in order to come up with that, I'm just going to take my y and divide it by x. Now in this problem I don't have a y and x. Well, the variable in front of varies directly is my y. So a is my y and b is just my x. So in this case I'm going to plug my 4 into y, and I'm going to plug 0.25 in for x. I'm going to divide both sides by 0.25, and k is actually going to equal 16. So my direct variation equation is y equals 16x, or in this case a equals 16b. So I'm going to use that final equation since that has the same variables in it as the original problem. Now, to find a when b equals 2, I'm just going to plug in 2 for b, and a is going to equal 32. Now I'm going to do the same problem by just setting up a proportion. So I'm going to write 4 over 0.25 equals a over b, which in this case is 2. So I'm going to cross multiply 8 equals 0.25a. I'm going to divide by 0.25, divide by 0.25, and my final answer is 32 equals a.